Hello and welcome to Pan-African News 360 on GUN. This is News in 5 and I am Vuyo Mgwelo. These are your headlines. SAA cancels flights amidst looming strike. A former Bosasa COO Angelo Agrizzi accused of stealing 37 million rands. Biology student Jess Hans killer on the run, and Ziguma Zwai stares up a storm once again, and we bring you sports as we wrap up. The National Union of Metal Workers of South Africa and the South African Cabinet Crew Association served the embattled national carrier South African Airways with a strike notice for Friday morning. The unions, who have accused the airline of attempting to strike fear into the hearts of workers in an attempt to silence them after they had demanded wage increments, warned of embarking on the mother of all strikes after the company issued a Section 189 notice earlier in the week. The Section 189 notice, which kickstarts dismissal processes after a consultative process have gone underway with unions and workers, is a requirement of Section 189 of Labour Relations Act. Now, the airline revealed on Wednesday that the strike will be very costly, literally to already cash-strapped carrier, and could cost them close to 50 million rands a day. Now, following this announcement, SAA, who planned to retrench close to thousands of its over 5,000 employees, announced that it had cancelled all domestic, regional and international flights for 16th and 17th of November. The state capture inquiry whistleblower Angelo Agrizzi has been accused of stealing 37 million rands from Bosasa, and Bosasa is said to have laid criminal charges against Agrizzi, who was the company's chief operating officer, for allegedly deepening his own pockets and taking from the company between 2012 and 17. Agrizzi, who was implicated in corruption and bribery at the commission headed by Deputy Judge Raymond Zondo, said he had no clue why he was charged. First, it was the 200,000 Ks for K-word rands, and now this, Agrizzi keeps on paying the heavy price. Now, a relative has been identified as a person of interest in the murder of theology student Jessie Hess. Hess was allegedly raped and brutally murdered along with her 85-year-old grandfather Chris Lategan at that home in Parow Flat, Hanover Park in Cape Town on the 30th of August. Now, at the time, police spokesperson Lieutenant Colonel Andre Trout said Hess, a youth leader, was found dead on a bed while her grandfather was tied up in a toilet. A television, cell phones and backpack were missing. The police in the Western Cape on Wednesday confirmed that a man had been linked by circumstantial evidence to the double murder, and the family confirmed who was their relative. It has been reported that the man is also linked to the alleged rape of a 16-year-old girl in a robbery which took place on Monday in Hanover Park. Now, poet Ziguma Zwai is at it again. Siyamazwisisi guys, sometimes ngathi unezinto zakhe but lazini. We know as the South African society is still reeling with shock after a tornado and floods that hit the area this week in KwaZulu-Natal, the poet has managed to find a way to offend the people in the province. Now, Ziguma Zwai used the tornado situation that occurred on Tuesday and a potentially destructive natural force to mock the drug addiction in the province. Now, this is what she wrote: that I hope the tornado blew away the drug addiction in KZN, because man, oh man, that province is on drugs. Like, is that something that you say if you are? Anyway, now, like most of her comments, the sentiments were not well received, looking at how sensitive the drug situation is and implying that majority of the province is on drugs. Was not on. Now, just on Tuesday, she shared temperatures of many rising, where they started yet another social media war. Like Ziguma Zwai, guys, she doesn't know when to stop. She doesn't know when to start. She's just that girl who just rambles and rambles. And when you give her attention, that's when you're allowing her to do it. So I feel like it's time that we cancel her. Even if she writes, even if she doesn't write, let's just cancel her for now, and maybe things will be okay at some point if she sees that she's being ignored. But other than that, in sports, as we know, Springbok hooker Skalk Brits became the third member of the 2019 Japan Rugby World Cup winning side to hang his boots, albeit for the second time in 2 years. Brits, who was the oldest member of a former coach Rassie Erasmus' side, they claimed a third World Rugby title in Yokohama City International Stadium. He said, and I quote, "Leaving Japan with a gold medal was absolutely great. But if we hadn't won, or even if we hadn't won, I will still have loved going to Japan. Now, being part of an amazing tournament and a wonderful tournament and a wonderful Springbok squad. I mean, who doesn't want to be involved?" He said he's happy. Now, he joins Zimbabwean-born Proper Tendai, Bism Tawarira, and loose forward Franco Zulu, who all retired on a career high. In netball, Proteas coach Dorette Badenhorst has expressed a major confidence in the preliminary squad she had chosen ahead of the much-anticipated three-match test series in Cape Town later this month. Badenhorst will still have to trim down her preliminary 15-woman netball national squad that will play the Roses on the 29th and 30th of November and again on the 1st of December 2019, said that she was looking forward to meeting some of the English players squad that has come against in the past. Now, guys, we congratulate, and it seems like, yes, in 2019 was the year of yeses for South Africa, and especially when it comes to sport. But leave us your comments in all our social media platforms, and to read all of these stories, go to our website. For myself and the News in 5 team, we'll see you guys tomorrow.